Banks, the Tulane transfer, dangerous threat as receiver and returner. And Utah State will kick it away as Jerron Bentrud, the sophomore from Draper, Utah, has it teed up. Something's got to give. 10 straight wins in conference play for Louisiana Tech, 9 for Utah State. Both teams are headed to bowls. Who will be WAC champion this game? The winner grabs a share of the WAC title. We're underway from Ruston. Banks from the 2.
He's dangerous.
And he's out of bounds near midfield as the kicker, Bentrud, runs him out. Great start on special teams for the home team.
Incredible. That's what we say about this DJ Banks. He is fast. One cut and out to the sideline. I tell you what a great way to start for La Tech.
Here's the Davey O'Brien semifinalist, Colby Cameron. He's up for the Walter Camp Award. FBS record 419 without an interception. Look at the numbers.
They are just fantastic. How does a guy throw 400-plus balls without an interception? Incredible.
They love his unselfishness. He's a guy that took over mid-year last year, was vital in that win at Utah State a year ago. They've been awesome since then. I'll play fake on first down. He wants Patton, and it's incomplete down the near sideline. Will Davis, the corner, on the coverage.
That is going to be a great competition all day today.
Let's talk about our impact players on both sides. Kerwin Williams and this guy, Quentin Patton.
I tell you, Kerwin Williams, he is one fantastic guy. He's got over 2,000 career. Kerwin Williams, the running back for Utah State, who we have not seen yet, he has got 2,000 career yards and 35 receptions.
They can both make big plays at key moments. Second down, Cameron to the sideline. Miles White with the catch and bumped out of bounds after a 4-yard pickup to midfield. It'll bring up a third down from there.
Cameron, of course, has got a host of receivers to throw to. Miles White, Quentin Patton, Richie Casey, you name him. Hunter Lee, he's got a number of guys he can throw that ball to.
And of course, 15 different have scored a touchdown. That's amazing.
That is pro. No huddle, they'll be going fast. Trey knows better than I do.
They are high octane as they'll go with a 5-receiver look and empty the backfield. Both teams will show multiple sets.
Empty at this point. They'll get in some big bone, little bone.
From midfield, they roll out Cameron, looking for a receiver, tries to thread the needle, and it's incomplete. Dangerous pass as it was intended for David Grew, broken up by Terrence Alston, the nickelback.
They're going to play multiple defensive personnel groups out there when they can, Trey. And they got into a different personnel grouping with the nickel defense out there on that third long because they went out of bounds. He had time.
So a big stop for the Utah State defense, who has been excellent throughout the course of the year, especially in the first quarter. Twin safeties back to receive the punt from Ryan Allen, the Ray Guy Award winner. Hangs it up there. Fair catch called for and made at the 14-yard line by Cameron Webb. So the Aggies get their first look at their offense here in Ruston. And Gary Anderson has to be pleased that they slowed down the nation's second scoring team.
Absolutely. Got off the field after a great field position with a kickoff return, and now have an opportunity to move the ball themselves, and they are pretty good on offense as well. Speaking of that, Kerwin Williams, the running back, who's had a fantastic year. Only 5'8", 189 pounds, but his speed, he's a great inside runner. He can flex out and catch the ball, too.
Standing right next to Chucky Keaton to his right as he moved in motion. Keaton will go to work on first down, sets up the screen. There is Williams. 20, gets a block, he's loose. Kerwin Williams, open field. Trying to chase him down is Dave Clark. He's not going to get there. He's gone. He goes the distance, 86 yards, and the Aggies are on the board.
We're going to see how La Tech will respond to this. But, of course, we've all seen them play. You've seen them more than I have. I've watched them on tape. They always respond. It's not just a question of whether, they always do. But that's a great way to get started with the fake screen one way, come back the other way to Kerwin Williams, and he takes it the distance. He's a big play guy.
You can't worry about him just in the run game. That's his 4th touchdown catch. He averages 50 yards receiving per game and the nation's active leader in all-purpose yards. Gets his team off to a flying start here. Nick Diaz for the extra point. 7-0 Utah State. They've had some big drives, big plays this season. That'll go down as one of the biggest. 86 yards, and the visitors from Logan have a 7-0 lead. Kerwin Williams with an 86-yard touchdown catch off of a screenplay, getting the Aggies on the board. Over 1,000 rushing, over 500 receiving this year. Great start for Utah State.
No question about it, but remember once again, La Tech has been behind several times this year, behind against Virginia, behind 27-0 to Texas A&M.
See how they respond. Banks out of the end zone. Good coverage on special teams for Utah State, and they bottle them up and drop them near the 13-yard line. Tech hasn't had a lot of adversity, but if any team can erase a deficit, it's this Louisiana Tech team with Colby Cameron. They're number 2 in FBS, averaging over 53 points. And he has had some sensational games, but with the up-tempo, the fact he has not thrown a pick, it's mind-boggling.
It really is. He had an INT on a 2-point play. That doesn't count.
Nope, not on the stat sheets. Little swing pass into the hands of Holly, and Ray Holly, who will tag team with Dixon at the running back spot. Good catch and a pickup to the 19 of 5 yards.
He is a
5 yards.
He is a fantastic little player, that Ray Holly. Both a running back and a wide receiver type, catches the ball extremely well.
Coming off a career game, he played well against Texas State, 145 on the ground. This time they'll run it to the left side, and not much doing that time for Dixon. Looks like he's a little short of the first down, and now a flag comes in after the play.
Looking down here at the fine wide receiver Quentin Patton, he and Will Davis, their best defensive cornerback, are involved in some kind of tussle. Helmet came off, and we got a flag. We got a personal foul.
They'll sort this out here. Robert Cameron, our referee. It's on Patton, and they're going to back him up. Now, if there's been one knock on Coach Dyke's team, they're third most penalized in the FBS level.
And a lot recently. They want to get that cleaned up this week. Now, Will Davis, the cornerback that he's jostling with, he is one of their very finest.
So instead of a gain close to a first down, 3rd and 12 coming up for Cameron and company when we come back. Gary Anderson's team has a score. Now his defense in a great spot.
Absolutely. Dave Aranda, he wants to pressure in this situation, overload, make the ball come out quick, and I can see him setting up right now.
3rd and 12 from the 11, and penalty flags are going to blow this play dead.
The procedure. Not only did Quentin Patton pick up a penalty there, his helmet came off, and he was not permitted by the new rules to stay on the field. Now he's coming back on the field. Let's see if he's allowed back after a procedure.
White comes off, Patton comes back on, and Coach Dyke's team, he said we're going to see a lot of different looks from this Gary Anderson scheme. Dave Aranda on defense.
Dave Aranda was handed the keys to the car this year, and of course now we see Patton coming back off. It's not an official play, so they're making him stay out a play, not a procedure penalty.
3rd and
We're going to see
17
pressures
now.
here, Trey, on these 3rd and long situations. Make the ball come out quick, and then tackle the catch.
Coach Dykes wanted an explanation as to why his star receiver could not be out on the field. 3rd and 17 from the 6 now. Aggies, chance to get excellent field position if they can get a stop right here.
Looking to the sideline. They change play, and the Aggies change defense. Interesting. Little cat and mouse game going on here.
And here comes the blitz. From the end zone, Cameron in some trouble, and they've got him. They sack him back at the 2-yard line. Bojay Fili-Moyatu finishes the play, but they were coming in from that right side, and they did some damage.
They had stemmed back into the 3-4, and then they moved into this overload and got some pressure on the quarterback and got him on the ground. Doesn't happen often.
Fili-Moyatu with his 3rd sack. Kyler Fackrell, the outside linebacker, provided the initial heat there.
That's the 8th sack only, Trey, of Cameron this year.
Owens punt returnable from the 48. It's Cameron Webb. And he's finally brought down at the Louisiana Tech 43-yard line. Javante Crow on the tackle. You couldn't ask for a better starter for your Utah State. You get the big play, and then your defense has locked up the Bulldogs on 2 drives.
Absolutely. Good special teams play as well. And now they're looking at a great field position, an opportunity to get another score. Now, one thing that the offensive coordinator, Matt Wells, said to us, get in the red zone and score touchdowns. They're not there yet. They intend to get there. This defense, of course, of La Tech has given up a lot of points.
The Aggies will go some no huddle. They'll go slow and fast. As you look at Chucky Keaton's numbers, a sponge, great leader, a joy to coach. An underrated arm. He's very good in the run game, and here he is on the carry inside the 35, and a first down for Utah State to the Bulldogs' 28-yard line.
Fabulous athlete running the option back into the boundary. Has a puller out in front and just keeps to himself and picks up big yards and a first down.
They love the poise, and it's hard to believe Keaton is just a sophomore out of Houston. Last year started 8 games, split some time with Adam Kennedy, who's injured this year. It is clearly Keaton's team this year. From the 28. Flag is thrown. Keaton's going to scramble, puts his head down, and gains 3 yards inside the 25-yard line.
Let's see what the flag is. He was thrown over here by the linesman. Kind of think it's against Utah State. But it's not. It's against La Tech. Offsides. Wow. So things continue to kind of snowball here. Big Mo is with the Aggies right now, and they have moved into the scoring zone inside that 30-yard line.
And this has been the Aggies' quarter, John. They've outscored teams 103-6 in the first quarter.
That's incredible. Their defense has played so lights out in the first half, the last 3 games, only giving up 3 points.
Free receiver look this time. Kerwin Williams to the left of Keaton as they send Reynolds, the receiver, in motion. Play fake. Dumps it off to Reynolds inside the 20 and ridden out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Close to the first down. Reynolds, the junior. Antonio Mitchum on the tackle.
You know, once again, these Aggies have had a bye week to prepare. They've got some tricks up their sleeve. They're playing great on defense right now. A little swap boot with the wide receiver coming back behind the line of scrimmage.
She'll go quick snap here. Williams on first down and a couple yards to the 15-yard line. They'll like to pick up the tempo a little bit as well, not quite as much as Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, they're not as relentless with the snap count as La Tech is, but they'll morph back and forth with their snap count to keep the defense off balance.
Almost 4 minutes in, a Kerwin Williams 86-yard touchdown catch, and then a stop by the Yankees defense, and they're threatening again. Keaton hands it off to Williams, makes a man miss. Williams inside the 10, puts his head down and has another first down near the 5-yard line. Mitchum, their leading tackler, on the play again, but it's first and goal.
The Aggies get back into their favorite personnel grouping, which is 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and they're both blocking over there in that left side with a pulling guard out in front of Williams to pick up the first.
They love to use those tight ends.
They love 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts, and Kerwin Williams at the running back position.
Double tight ends again. First and goal just outside the 5 for Utah State. Bartlett, the tight end, in motion. Handoff. Williams to the other side. Touchdown, Utah State. And for Kerwin Williams, his 10th touchdown run of the year. A couple flags thrown in after the play.
Not sure exactly what these are. We'll have to wait and see, but that was a beautifully set up with a tight end trade, and then they ran a counter O back to the field to run it in for a touchdown. Let's see what the call is.
Williams, the wax active leader in all-purpose yards, off to a tremendous start here in the biggest game of the year.
Quite a conference down there to get this one figured out. The La Tech defense is almost last in all the categories. I believe we'll crack that block, it looks like, Trey.
Oh, is that a costly one? That wipes out that touchdown run. Here it is.
Watch the fullback and the pulling guard pull around the edge. I don't see any foul play there.
Well, Gary Anderson, he looked dumbfounded that the call was made so late after the play. Those two flags came in.
You can't come back in towards the line of scrimmage and block below the waist, but you can going out.
Well, and a personal foul tacked on as well.
Probably unsportsmanlike here. What is going on? They go from touchdown to 1st and 35.
That is 30 yards worth of penalties. The crackback block, then the personal foul penalty.
Wow.
Costly.
Yeah.
1st and goal now from the 35.
Trey, you got to maintain your cool in this game.
Keaton zips one, caught by Reynolds. That gets some of that yardage back into field goal range, at least to the 26, 9-yard pickup.
This is a game with lots of different momentum swings, and you have to be able to handle it.
Keaton as poised as they come. They love his ability. Number 1 in school history completion percentage. Makes all the right decisions, but a lot of real estate to make up here after those penalties. Play fake again. In some trouble. He's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Solomon Randall with some help from Malcolm Pichon, the 330-pound tackle.
And a great coverage downfield. They tried to slip Kerwin Williams out on the wheel route, and he was covered completely by Mike Strang, who's a former safety playing linebacker in this beat-up linebacking crew of La Tech. Great play by Mike Strang, number 34.
7th play of this drive, but they're going the other way. From the 33, 3rd and goal. They'd like to at least get some yardage here to set up a field goal attempt. Empty backfield. Keaton's going to run. He's got room. 20, and he spins inside the 15. Great run to the 10. Needed to make the end zone. It'll be 4th down from there, but that shows the elusiveness of number 16.
Very athletic, and he has a burst. And he can shake people out there in the open field. He's playing with a lot of confidence right now. He takes that ball down, and he knows what he's going to do. He just gave the shake to Antonio Mitchum and never laid a glove on him.
So they'll try to get 3 out of this. Nick Diaz, their second kicker used this year, the sophomore. Yep, 27-yarder. And the kick is no good. So Diaz now 5 of 8 on the season. The sophomore cannot convert, and a wasted trip for the Aggies.
An opportunity. This game open a little bit, but hey, costly penalty followed by a costly personal foul, or misconduct penalty. I don't know exactly what it was, but it backed them way up. 1st and 35. Hard to convert those.
Let's see if this is where the pendulum swings the other way now. Can the Bulldogs respond on offense? They'll run it with Dixon off the right side, and he creates some space with Holly in front and picks up 6 yards. And here they go, quick up to the line. They love to keep you on your heels.
It makes it very hard for the defense to get lined up and play.
2 running back look, handoff to Dixon again, same play across the 30, and they move the chains.
Something we talked about prior to the game and during the week with the coaching staff. They like to repeat plays, and they love to run the ball towards the La Tech sideline, making it very difficult for Utah State to substitute. Too far to go.
This is a team that averages 244 per game on the ground. They're not just a passing team. Very good in the run game. Holly, though, bottled up this time and dropped for a loss. Nice play by Kyler Fackrell, who Coach Anderson thinks should be a freshman All-American.
He really caught my attention watching him on tape. Very athletic for a big man. 6'5", 236 pounds, redshirt freshman, only going to get better. Very, very athletic.
Good cover guy as well. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 now from the 30 as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter. Play fake for Cameron. Downfield for White. He can't hang on. It might have been deflected near the 45-yard line.
Evan Lawson, number 1, may have gotten a hand on that ball or at least impeded the vision of the wide receiver out there, Miles White.
He distracted him, if nothing else.
Absolutely. Now, and here we are faced with 3rd and long again. Now, Utah State can dictate.
They have things they call creepers, finding a way to bring 4 guys in on the blitz. You can see them bunched near the top of the formation, and we have a penalty flag. A couple of them.
We got some procedure. The center for the La Tech, Stephen Warner, he runs this offensive line. He calls out cadence. He looks around and call out who is the middle linebacker so they all know which way they're going in terms of protection. But what Utah State's done so far is they've moved around and made them a little antsy with their pickup in their pressures.
3rd and 17 now as Cameron will look to the sideline here. 5 receivers, 3 to one side. How do the Aggies deal with that? How do they counter here? They're moving people around.
Walking the linebackers out, the safeties. Here comes a safety blitz. Both safeties all picked up.
They set up the screen for Holly, and that is defended well. And that's about as well as you can play defense on a 3rd and long. They blitz, and they still have the cover guys here.
They had the people available. They know the ball is going to come out quick. Cameron saw it coming because they're coming from deep center field. Both safeties coming downhill. It got picked up extremely well. He's got to understand that, but he dumped the ball out there fairly quickly. And Utah State basically got what they wanted.
And the Aggies are going to get the football back as we roll towards the 7-minute mark here. Penalty flag is down as Allen gets the punt away. Webb calls for a fair catch, makes it at the 14. Sort the flag out.
That'll be an offsides against Utah State's punt return team. And they may just back it up. It was a great punt. They may just tack on the 5 yards at the end to back them up from the 15 to the 10-yard line.
They had a 4th and 10, so it would not pick up the first down on this drive. 54 yards on that punt from Allen, who might be the nation's best punter.
Oh, Trey, he's got a big leg. Distance and hang time. Terrific.
And we'll get the call here from Robert Cameron momentarily. Find the ball and keep the football. Utah State has shut down Tech on 3 straight drives. Not many teams can say that. This is the nation's 2nd best scoring team. It's amazing what they've done.
That is absolutely true, Trey. I'm not sure how they're doing it so far, but they are playing very disciplined and very active.
7-0 Aggies. A share of the WAC championship is on the line, and the visitors from Utah State looking very impressive. Coach Anderson says they have that confidence this season. They believe they'll win. The experience of beating Utah, the close losses to Wisconsin and BYU have helped. They're playing with all kinds of confidence, and here's Keaton on the keeper on first down, and he runs out of bounds near the 20, pickup of 6 yards. They've played on the big stage. They just don't have the WAC championship, and they won it this year.
Absolutely they do. And they're showing La Tech a bunch of different looks. That was empty backfield with 4 wide receivers setting a triangle look or a diamond look out to the right. He just took it down. Quarterback draw all the way.
Dave Clark, the 5th-year senior, finally runs Keaton out of bounds. Sophomore with a 2nd down and 2. Play fake over the middle. Low throw, but it's hauled in. Great catch made. And that is the freshman, I believe. No, it's Chuck Jacobs, the senior out of Richmond, California. They went low to get it.
He throws a dart down low, knee level. Terrific concentration by Jacobs to pull that ball in.
20-yard pickup, first down at the 42. Keaton to the far sideline and through the hands of Webb, incomplete. In that sunny area, you wonder if it affected him on that throw.
Once again, Utah State going fast themselves, and you see La Tech shipping personnel defensively in and out to try to keep fresh people out there and stay in this ballgame. This is one thing that La Tech has struggled with, is defensive personnel, having the numbers to hang in a game like this themselves.
And the Aggies have the ability to break open the big play. They sent Joe Hill in motion, fake to him. Keaton rolling left, tough throw to make, it's incomplete. Wanted Reynolds on the near side.
Good pressure that put on by Kevin Kissenberg.
And now it's 3rd and 10. Yeah, you know, the Bulldogs have given up a lot of yards this year, but they have been able to turn people over. Here's an opportunity.
They have gotten turnovers. They really have. 9 interceptions and 15 fumbles has been what they've done best on defense. Let's see what happens here.
Keaton has some time. Throws on the move, and he delivers the pass for the catch. Kerwin Williams at the 45-yard line. Great patience from the sophomore QB.
And Trey, that's just about too much time for Chucky Keaton. He had way too much time to find an open receiver. You cannot hold coverage for that long.
Underrated arm. Matt Wells, the offensive coordinator, says, I don't know why people don't talk about his arm enough. They talk about his running ability, but he is very good in the passing game. Williams shifts in motion. Keaton fakes the screen, goes to the other side on the screen, and that's well read by Louisiana Tech. Schrang was over there, Pichon as well, shutting down Jacobs.
Outstanding play on setting the double screen, running back to the offensive left and throwing the wide receiver tunnel screen, coming back in there. Terrific tackle.
The only score in the game, an 86-yard touchdown catch. As you look at Tommy Spangler on the Tech sideline, the defensive coordinator.
Been scrambling all year with personnel. Who's practicing, who's playing, who's on the bus.
Here's Williams straight ahead on the carry. And he's down to the 36-yard line. He is not a big kid, but they love his low center of gravity.
Absolutely. They call him a one-cut guy in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Makes one cut, doesn't dance, gets up there, finds a way, and goes. Gets north-south, picks up positive yards.
3rd and 2 now. Williams, a durable leader. Unselfish, took a backseat to Robert Turbin, who's in the NFL last year. They go with a 4-receiver look this time. A couple tight ends are split out. Bartlett and Tialavea. Williams trying to stretch to the outside. He does not get there. Great pursuit, Chad Boyd, with some help from Dave Clark. 4th down coming up.
Stringing out that sweep to the defensive right all the way to the sideline. Terrific play. Everybody staying square. Pursuit, force, fill, pursuit. Just how you draw it up on the blackboard. You got to force it. You got to have a one-man side filling it, and you got all the pursuit players coming to the rescue.
They're 4 for 8 on 4th down this season. They'll go for it. 4th and 1. 9th play of the drive. Option. Keaton. He's got it. And he's down to the 32-yard line. 4-yard pickup. Backs his way in there.
Utah State didn't come here to play tie ball. They came here to win a football game. Go for it in 4th and 1 out here in positive territory.
Keaton has had some big games against Utah, 216 yards, couple touchdowns. He had a big scramble to set up the game-winning touchdown against the rivals, and he has his team really moving the ball well. If not for those penalties in the last drive, almost perfect.
Absolutely. Can't draw it up any better, except for those penalties, and they'll kill you. You can't have that happen.
From the 32, late stages, first quarter, the Aggies have dominated thus far. And now a timeout. They're going to talk it over here. And Gary Anderson, and it was so interesting talking to their staff. Of course, Anderson comes from a defensive background, but they're a dynamic offense, and people probably don't talk about their offense enough.
Absolutely, and talking with Matt Wells, the offensive coordinator, he's got so much confidence in what he's doing in the personnel groups that they're using. They're basically in 3 wides and 1 tight end and 1 back, or 2 tight ends, 2 wides and 1 back, and they like to split people out and make create different matchups for the defense.
Well, we talked about it at the outset. This is for a share of the WAC title. The winner here has a leg up with 1 game to go following this in the regular season. Utah State hosts Idaho. Louisiana Tech has to go to San Jose State. Utah State would be in a great spot to win the outright WAC title with a win today.
Like I say, we got bowl representatives here today. Independence Bowl. We got the Orange Bowl rep here. There's some bowl people here watching both these teams.
After the timeout, Keaton back at the helm. 180 yards of total offense already for the sophomore quarterback. Pressured. Scrambling. There he goes. 25, and he's tackled. Nice play by Dave Clark. And there's a late penalty flag coming in after the play.
The problem here is you make a great coverage, but you can't cover the quarterback on the scramble.
Seven-yard pickup. But after the play, personal foul on Utah State. Their second here in the first quarter.
Happened after the tackle and called absolutely correctly by the officials.
And that was Cameron Webb, their senior receiver. And again, that backs him out of field goal range again.
You know, when you have that happen to a younger player, that's one thing. But when you see a senior player, a guy that has experience, he's just jacked up. You know, you got to pull off. See what you hit, see where the ball carrier is.
2nd and 18. Keaton has a man open underneath, going to roll and throw. Delivers a pass for a first down catch by Reynolds at the 20-yard line. Travis Reynolds hung on. He took quite a shot. 20-yard pickup.
That tray is about the 4th option that he had. That was once again one of the swap boots where he had an underneath receiver, a secondary, intermediate receiver, and then he hit the very backside deep receiver. Terrific look by the quarterback.
He's been a glue guy. Reynolds, dependable receiver, took quite a shot, though, from redshirt freshman corner Bryce Abraham. First down, though, at the 21. Williams in motion. Keaton has time, and he just throws that one away. They love that about him. That, you know, if it's not there, don't force anything.
That's smart football. He's outside the pocket. That's having some football savvy about you as a quarterback, as a young quarterback. Outside the pocket, throw it away. It's not there. Very, very smart. That saves the down. It doesn't save the down, it saves a bad play.
Never heard an offensive coordinator so excited about talking about how his guy throws it into the seats, though.
That is a true statement there.
But the numbers don't lie. 23 touchdowns, 7 picks. He has been big in big-time situations. 2nd down, option game now. Williams between the tackles, short yardage to the 18 for 3. 3rd and long from there.
Utah State once again in the 2 tight end offense lined up in an unbalanced formation, which forces the defense to move and forces the defense to think. Linebackers and safeties making adjustments. They did a pretty good job there on 2nd and 10, and now it's 3rd and long. In the red zone, they want touchdowns here rather than field goals. Of course, I've already missed one of those.
1 for 3 on 3rd down. Tech showing blitz. Here they come. Keaton underneath, catch made, first down grab inside the 5-yard line, hauled in by Matt Austin, their 6th-year senior, and he moves the chains.
Big catch by Austin. Big target, 6'2". He's got 35 receptions, gets that ball off just as he is about to get leveled by Montarius Dora.
Vander Liggins, a sophomore corner, tackles him, but it's a 1st and goal. They're back in scoring territory here late in the first quarter. Bartlett, the tight end, in motion again. Handoff, Williams running to the right side, tries to cut it back a couple yards, then he runs into 3 red hats. Not a lot doing there. Malcolm Pichon in the middle bottles it up.
Ran the same play that they had run for a touchdown, which they got penalized on before, which is the counter O with the tight end leading on the backside. They are a team that doesn't run a whole lot of plays just like La Tech, but they run them effectively.
Bunch set this time. They roll out. Keaton throws back in the end zone, wide open. Touchdown, Kellen Bartlett. 13-0.
He does so many things for Utah State. He is a pass receiver. He is a blocker. He's a grinder. He's a tough, smart football player. He crossed from all the way from the backside to get deep. And Keaton throws a strike. No coverage there, folks.
All-conference candidate and the fifth-year senior from Blue Springs, Missouri, caps off a 16-play, 86-yard drive. 6 minutes off the clock as Diaz is on for the PAT. 14-0 Utah State.
Utah State coming out looking impressive offensively, played well defensively. Right now, La Tech's got to regroup. Once again, they've been in these positions before. They know how to do it. They stay off the panic button.
You know, this is, remember, we have to remind fans who have not followed Louisiana Tech this year, this is a 9-1 football team. Sonny Dykes, they're second in the nation in scoring behind only Oregon. They came within a whisker beating A&M, the team that beat Alabama. You could say this is their toughest test of the year. At least what they've run into here in the first quarter.
It looks that way, no question. And the thing about them, too, is they run 90-plus plays per game in half the games that they play. But when Utah State controls the football like they did for the last 16 plays, it's hard to run 90 plays.
Sonny Dykes has done a tremendous job. It's been a record-breaking season, but Utah State has done the job here in the first quarter, dominating on both sides. Ben Trude's kick, returned by Banks, 20. And he's gang tackled at the 26-yard line. On special teams, Utah State has done a nice job as well. Mikel Aquanco, the freshman from Chandler, Arizona, was there. So Cameron, this has to be new for him. They have bottled up this offense. What do you do when you've been doing things so well all year long?
Well, he's going to switch things around right now, go back to that inverted big bone, and probably try to sustain a drive. Let's do what we do best. And part of that's running this guy right here.
Dixon, physical back, spins out of a tackle and up to the 35-yard line, pickup of 8. He is strong at 6 foot and 215.
The one thing, too, about this La Tech offense, Trey, is they don't have a lot of big plays for touchdowns. They have a lot of big plays. A huge amount. I can't even count them all. But they can grind the ball, too. They can control the football.
And here's a flea flicker. Back to Cameron, downfield for Patton, and it's incomplete. Couple penalty flags, and this is probably going against the Aggies.
This will be for holding Patton. The old flea flicker, always good once or twice a year. Clearly a hold, probably saved a touchdown for Utah State by grabbing Patton on the way down.
They set up that play well, John. They showed that bone formation with 3 running backs and fooled them.
One thing about Peyton Patton, you better know where he's at. This guy's got 83 catches. And I know this. Will Davis, the cornerback out there, who's got 3 interceptions, leads the team in that category. He's number 1 in the WAC as far as passes defensed. He is going to be all over Quentin Patton all day long. And that time, he just had to pull him down.
The General will get a breather on the sidelines. First down after the penalty at the 45. Handoff to Ray Holly. Cuts it back and up close to midfield as the tackle is made by the inside linebacker, Jake Dowdy. This kid's small in stature but runs hard.
I think Holly is a very, very complete back. He started as a wide receiver this preseason, and then due to some injuries at the running back position, mostly losing Tevin King, they put him back at running back where he's so comfortable.
Louisiana Tech has some work to do, but they're on the march at the midfield stripe. The WAC championship on the line. 1 quarter in the books. It's been the big plays of Utah State thus far. Williams and Bartlett with scores.